It's a tycoon, man. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, it's the tycoon, man. What's up, loved ones? All my subscribers out there, how everybody doing? I'm back at you with another story about what restaurants not to go to this week till they fix their dirty establishment or whatever you want to call it. All right, cockroaches, rodents, restaurant closures, inspectors in San Bernardino County. Inspections in San Bernardino County, November 18th to December 2nd. That was a couple days ago. Here are the restaurants and other food facilities that San Bernardino County health inspectors temporarily shut down because of imminent health hazards between November 18th and December 2nd, 2021. If no reopening dates is mentioned, the agencies has not listed that facilities as reopened as of this publication. All right, Indica's Peruvian Grill, you know what I'm saying? It's on 870 East Foothill Boulevard, Unit 2 in Upland. Sorry, we got to put you on blast, bruh, or whoever owned the building. It closed December 2nd. Their grade was a C, a 69. They had cockroach infestations, no hot water. How you going to cook my noodles or whatever you grilling if you ain't got my hot water? Operating without a valid health permit. God. Okay, receiving a grade below a 70. Yeah, that's already all bad. There was live cockroaches and grease interceptors in a floor sink, under the stove, and in the restroom. Plus dead cockroaches in the containers of salt and seasoning on the side of the freezer. The operator said that the water heater hadn't been working for more than 2 months. The health permit had expired in January 2021, so that's been like, 8 or 9 months, 10 months. Among 16 other violations, there was a moldy tomato in the flip-top fridge. Refrigerated food was being stored without lids and dirty sleeves. Even if you fix it, I ain't going back. I would never go back. I would never go there. I've never been there. I'd never go back if I have. The microwave had an accumulation of food debris, and the operator didn't know how to safely cool down food or how to sanitize to use for dishwashing. In Apple Valley Arco, that's a little gas station. I'll be up in the high desert, so I know what's going on. It's on Retiro Road, or however you pronounce that. I could read, but it's hard for me to pronounce certain stuff. Anyways, they closed on the 2nd too of December. They weren't even graded. Maybe they thing was too low or whatever. Cockroach infestations. An inspector visited after someone complained and saw a roach on the hot food counter. The inspector saw more than 10 live nympho roaches. I don't even know what a nympho roach is, but near the soda syrup boxes. A pest control service that treated the facility 2 weeks earlier had noted there was cockroach activity. Juice It Up in Fontana off Sierra Lakes Parkway. That should be a nice area. It is a nice area. I know about all these areas. But anyways, they closed on the 30th. They had a B87. Everybody got cockroaches. They had the reason, cockroach infestation. The inspectors found 13 live roaches, 2 dead roaches, and an empty egg sack in the area around the prep table. Ugh, that's nasty. Anyway, pest control had treated the facility for roaches twice earlier in November. There was one other critical violation, an excess accumulation of slime, for all you young slimes out there, in the juice dispenser nozzle. It had slime all up in your Dr. Pepper. Anyways, the inspector returned the next day but continued to closure because there was still live and dead roaches. You still had live and dead roaches swimming around. Juice it up, you're out of line. Putting roach juice making roach juice for better protein. You know, they said bugs got better protein. I don't know. A Taste of Thai. That's in San Bernardino on East Highland Avenue. Ooh, I think I know where that is. Close to Waterman. I won't be eating there. Never have. November 18th. So y'all been closed for a minute. Not great. It probably means that you're lower than 50 or something. Rodent infestations. I don't know what's worse, the roaches or rodents. The inspector found droppings on and under the food storage container and under racks in the storage room, as well as on the floor under the front counter. Now, who want to be eating from these places that you think is good to kind of find out they nasty as all outdoors? Anyway, they reopened November 19th. And why would the city let them reopen one day later if you got rodent infestations and all kind of droppings and stuff like that? Why would you reopen November 19th after pest control captured 2 rodents and the facility was clean? A follow-up visit on November 24th found no signs of rodents. So, you never know what they was putting up in their Thai food. You feel me? Anyways, no closures, inspections of note. All right, that's pretty much it with that one. Oh, no, it ain't. Let's get past these ads. Mega Tom's Burgers on Main Street in Barstow was inspected December 2nd and received a grade of 81B with 1 critical violation. There was no hot water when the inspector arrived, but the water heater was fixed right away, so the restaurant didn't have to close. Among the 13 other violations, there was black residue in the ice machine. The cook didn't know how hot food needed to be. No, the cook didn't know how hot food needed to be when reheated, and the B grade card from the restaurant last inspection in October 2020 was not on display as required. They didn't even have their B in the window. That 2020 inspection resulted in the closure because of cockroaches. While the restaurant had received a new grade in more than a year, health inspectors visited more than a dozen times to investigate complaints about roaches, foodborne illness, and other allegations, and to follow up on issues discovered. So why would you just keep them open for a year if they had all them problems? This make me not even want to eat at fast food. Anyways, Heroes Market in 1160 Old Warmer Springs Road, Suite C in Yucaipa Valley was inspected December 1st and received grades of a 96A in the retail store and 98A in the meat market and an 84B in the kitchen and grill deli. There were 2 critical violations in the kitchen area. Prep cooler wasn't keeping cold. The food inside was at unsafe temperatures. There was also a moldy cucumber. You had a moldy cucumber. This was the kitchen's area 3rd B grade in 2 years. All right. Changang chicken, you pronounce it. It's on Milliken, Unit C in Ontario. You know what I'm talking about. It was inspected on November 24th and received a grade of 80B with 2 critical violations. One was for issues related to food being in bad conditions. There was live insects in bulk containers of breading that an employee said the restaurant wasn't using anymore. So why you didn't throw it out? You just had, insects, live insects all climbing through the breading? That's gross. Well, anyways, let's keep it going. Said they wasn't using it no more, but they didn't throw it out. And 2 severely dented cans in storage. The other was related to the food contact surfaces not being clean. There was mold in the ice machine choke, and employees didn't sanitize a cutting board, and some utensils weren't being stored where they stayed clean. Among the 8 other violations, cook Boda Boda, however you pronounce that, wasn't being kept warm enough, and food wasn't being cooled down safely. Dang, the list to keep going on. Carnitas El Toro, 4th Street in Ontario, was inspected November 22nd and received a 91A in the store and a 76C in the prep kitchen. The store had one critical violation for having 2 moldy oranges on sale. So you put the moldy oranges on sale, you out of line. The kitchen had 2 critical violations: 2 large containers of tamales and 2 large containers of beans cooked the day before hadn't cooled down to a safe temperature. Also, the operator had been cooked food at home and bringing it in because fire safety officials had red tagged the exhaust hood. All of that food had to be discarded. Among the other violations, there were flies in both of the kitchens, flies everywhere, and the store area. The kitchen was using non-commercial grade freezers, so they was using house freezers or something, house refrigerators or something, and equipment and floors were dirty. This is the kitchen area's second consecutive B or C grade. Oh, I thought the list was over. Jenny's Restaurant, okay, and on Holt Street in Ontario, was inspected November 22nd and received a grade 73C with 4 critical violations. The inspectors found fresh and old rodent droppings on the floor, a cockroach egg sack in the cabinet, and dead roaches in the cabinet by the sink. Droplets from a thawing turkey was falling into an open container of potatoes stored underneath it. 2 employees didn't wash hands properly, and rice cooked the night before hadn't cooled down to a safe temperature. Among the 8 violations, a bag of raw meat was stored directly on top of raw vegetables. Dirty dishes were stacked on the clean dish shelf, and the facility needed cleaning. A follow-up inspection was planned to make sure there wasn't a vermin infestation. This was the restaurant's 7th B or C grade in the past 5 years. On its last routine inspection, it received a 65 and was closed for 3 days because of unsanitary conditions. Let's scroll back up, because I will never be eating at Jenny's. I don't be even in Ontario like that, but I do go to the mills sometime. But I won't be eating at Jenny's, and I wouldn't recommend you do either. Okay, let's keep it moving. The Coco's Bakery Restaurant at 60 West Foothill Boulevard in Upland was inspected. Dang, Upland and Ontario and all that, them supposed to be the higher end places in the empire, and you guys got the most dirtiest places, man. What's going on with you? Okay, Coco's Bakery Restaurant on Foothill in Upland was inspected November 19th in response to a foodborne illness complaint. It received a grade 81B with 1 critical violation. A few items of food weren't being kept hot or cold enough, include a solid prep fridge that the restaurant was told to stop using until it could be repaired. So you just going to keep using this refrigerator that they've been told you to repair. Among the 10 other violations, there were dry rodent droppings above the dishwasher and behind the water heater, and a hand washing sink didn't have hot water. At a follow-up on the 23rd of November, the sink in the fridge was fixed and there was no evidence of rodents. An inspector returned December 1st for a rescore inspection that the restaurant requested. And they said, let us get a rescore. We can clean this stuff up. And to investigate other complaints about rodent sightings, the restaurant scored a 90A. Can you keep that 90A up, though? That's what the community want to know. Oh boy. But the inspector did see more rodent droppings in a few areas on the floor. Another follow-up was planned in 2 days. Update from past 3 weeks. The food section of the Dollar General store at 350 West Main Street in Barstow, which was closed August 2nd because the store didn't have running water, was permitted to reopen November 23rd. How you own a business and you don't got running water? That just don't make no sense. I ain't gonna go into these related articles. I'm gonna probably be doing this update every week, weekly, just to get everybody informed and keep all these restaurants accountable for their dirtiness. Because, we ain't gonna be putting up with this, and you gonna know where or not to go eat or shop. So with that being said, it's your boy Luna Tycoon. Like, comment, subscribe for some more content. I'm going to be bringing you different stories, many different stories from different angles. Peace and love, loved ones. Have a good day. I'm out.
It's the Tycoon, man. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. It's the Tycoon, man. Yeah.